Back at it again with another banger of a video. Today it is your boy Dice, aka Dyson, with Carnage versus Hellboy. Ron Pearlman's Hellboy going up against Carnage from the Sony Venom movies. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Hellboy is destined to be an antichrist-like figure, Anung and Rama, the bringer of Ragnarok, the apocalypse. But Hellboy, with his right hand of doom, chooses to actually be the savior of humanity within the Del Toro Ron Perlman films. Hellboy's birth father is the demon king Azael, the Archduke of Hell. Azael gave Hellboy the right hand of doom to bring about Ragnarok. He cut off Hellboy's hand at birth. In place of it, he gave him the right hand of doom, a durable, powerful weapon, also the key to the apocalypse. Carnage going up against Hellboy is an interesting matchup. Hellboy is a half-breed demon. He's a half-demon, half-human. Hellboy ages in reverse dog years, so he's much older than he actually seems. He stays young and rejuvenated, but he can live for a very, very long time. He's very durable and powerful, and Carnage has the regenerative capabilities to keep up with him, as well as the weapons and brute strength to do so. So this is an interesting fight. This is a dope matchup if you ask me, for real, for real. This is a good one. Hellboy rejects his true name and destiny as Anung Rama, bringer of the apocalypse. Hellboy was conceived by Azael to take over and destroy the world. Hellboy was born to become Anung Rama, the leader of Hell, the heir to the throne of Hell, but he ends up deciding to fight the demonic forces and forge his own destiny. Hellboy is a half-breed demon creature, and he is very extremely powerful. Hellboy's family tree is a lineage composed of multiple fallen angels and archdemons, dukes of hell, and more. These demonic entities include Astaroth, his uncle, his father Azael, and his sister Gamori, all very powerful demons. Hellboy, rejecting his destiny to become the bringer of Ragnarok, puts him at odds with multiple different creatures, including members of his own demon family and other so-called god beings, pagan entities. Undead beasts and other worldly creatures try to kill Hellboy, but he always seems to manage coming out victorious because of his brute strength and skill, also his insane weaponry. Hellboy's father Azael made him as a demon spawn between a witch and a demon, making him a half-breed. He's fought many supernatural and undead creatures, including vampires, lycans, monsters of all types. He is, of course, a half-breed demon, and he's supposed to be the bringer of Ragnarok, but he rejects his destiny to do what's right. Hellboy fought and killed the Ogdru Jihad-spawned behemoth, as well as Karl Rupert Cronin, and obviously Rasputin and Samael, who kept forming into more versions of Samael. He also killed the cave troll Mr. Wink and defeated the elvish prince Nuada. He ages in reverse dog years, meaning he's much older than he appears, and he's also very strong physically and has weapons capable of taking out godlike creatures, being extremely powerful. Hellboy is part of a lineage of powerful demonic creatures. His sister is Gamori, and his father is Azael, his uncle being Astaroth, another archdemon of hell. Nuada was a powerful and skilled elvish prince, Samael being the Hound of Resurrection, who could actually survive attacks from weapons like the Good Samaritan revolver, a 4-shot powerful revolver. Good Samaritan shoots 4 rounds at a time, one at a time, 1 shot per trigger pull. The rounds are enchanted with divine magic, often made with explosive power behind the rounds themselves, these lead cannon-like rounds. And Big Baby is the backup weapon, the last resort, a weapon that fires 2 shots per trigger pull, capable of destroying some of the most powerful creatures in the world, such as even elemental beings such as the so-called forest god from Hellboy 2, the Golden Army. Hellboy can heal from wounds that would kill pretty much anybody else. His very powerful enchanted blessed loadouts and his powerful weapons, his hand cannon, high caliber weapons, make him able to destroy some of the most fierce and powerful creatures, and he fights these beasts. Hellboy shows some of his skills off rip, fighting the Hound of Resurrection, Samael, as well as Cronin, the undead assassin. In the Del Toro movies, Ron Perlman's Hellboy was fated to be the Antichrist, the devil's son, meant to bring about Ragnarok, the apocalypse of biblical proportions, releasing the Ogdru Jihad spawned behemoth. In live action and animation, we see how powerful his fist is. Hellboy's right hand of doom is not only extremely durable and a key to the end of the world, but it also is used to destroy and completely break apart the mechanical extracting slash retracting fists of Mr. Wink and the Minotaur. So anyways, both Mr. Wink, right hand of Nuada, the Elvish Prince, and the Minotaur have a retractable, extractable metal fist. Samael and Cronin are both undead, but Cronin is an assassin with dust for blood that is enhanced with mechanical and steampunk attributes. Hellboy even fought and killed the serpent from Revelation, the Ogdru Jihad spawned creature known as Behemoth. Hellboy's right hand of doom is the key to Ragnarok, the end of the world. Hellboy fights against prophecy and his destiny, choosing to not become the winged, powerful beast known as Anung Anrama, the destroyer of worlds. Hellboy can withstand being attacked with some of the most powerful attacks known to man. He can be hit by powerful demonic beings, angelic creatures, creatures that are undead and of an otherworldly nature, etc. Good Samaritan can absolutely blow away whatever is in front of Hellboy, but Big Baby is the last resort that will literally obliterate, completely destroy, just blow apart whatever it hits. Big Baby shoots 2 rounds every time you pull the trigger. Good Samaritan and Big Baby are both like literal, actual hand cannons firing lead cannonball like projectiles that blow away what they hit. The rounds are enchanted and blessed with magic like no other, making Hellboy's attacks also not only physically powerful with stopping force power, but also powerful as far as the attacks, the rounds, when they're shot out, they're actually blessed with divine enchantments. Hellboy is an expert with magic and different languages spoken by demons and angels. He is a powerful half-breed that can bring about the destruction of everything as we know it. Anung Anrama is his final form, where he grows his horns out of his skull and becomes Anung Anrama. Hellboy betrays his destiny as this Antichrist figure and decides to fight the monsters that plague humanity. Hellboy's fist was cut off and replaced with the right hand of doom by Azael. Azael, his father, was a powerful fallen angel that became a demon like no other. He was the one who actually brought Hellboy into this world with the help of Nazis and Rasputin himself. Hellboy effortlessly took out Rasputin, Cronin, Samael, Mr. Wink, and Elvish Prince Nuada. And when he has to, he can even take out deity status elemental beings. I'm a lifelong Hellboy fan. I was about 3 when the first one came out, but I'm a big Carnage fan too. Now that we've spoken extensively on Hellboy, you know what I mean? Let's get right into Carnage and talk about Carnage. So, Carnage was Cletus Cassidy, a serial killer, a disturbed, deranged man who became infected with the symbiote, the Carnage symbiote. And when they became connected at a blood level, they became host and symbiote together. I am Carnage as opposed to we are Venom. Venom says we are Venom. Carnage says I am Carnage. He is an individual that becomes a powerful symbiotic creature that becomes insane from the broken mind of the serial killer Cletus Cassidy that broke the mind of the symbiote. It made the symbiote more insane than it needed to be, and Cletus uses the symbiote as his own personal killing machine, his own device for wreaking havoc. Carnage can generate blades and sharp tentacles, among other things, from his appendages and his limbs. Even his tongue can be used to suffocate and kill victims, going down their throats and into their bodies, killing them. He has sharp teeth and claws, as well as multiple blades, scythes, and axes, as well as sickle-like weapons that can be formed from his appendages and limbs. Carnage can regenerate with extreme regenerative capabilities, even being able to survive injuries to his brain, even fatal wounds. He can use his tentacles and his different weapons to even destroy cars and even tanks and helicopters. Now, without further ado, let's get into the fight. Hellboy sees Carnage, and so he races down the street at him, running, leaping over cars right towards him as Carnage roars out with a monstrous roar as he lifts up two cars with two tendril tentacles, wrapping his tentacles around the cars. He throws the cars at Hellboy, both at once, as Hellboy leaps through the air, leaping over them. They cause an impact crater in the ground to form as they hit, boom, exploding off the ground. Carnage runs at Hellboy. As Hellboy runs towards him, he pulls out Good Samaritan, firing at Carnage. Carnage manages to leap over top of him, landing behind him as he turns around, whipping a sharp tentacle at Hellboy. But Hellboy ducks, dodging out of the way as he then runs towards Carnage, leaping through the air, coming down with his right hand of doom. Carnage hits him midair, slapping him with the tentacle, whipping him backwards through the air as he flies, cutting, soaring through the air, sliding across the ground, breaking the concrete beneath as he hits the surface, making contact with it. He slides back and he gets up as Carnage reaches around with the tentacle from his back, going to wrap around Hellboy, but Hellboy grabs it with the right hand of doom and he points Good Samaritan right at Carnage and blows his shoulder blade and his entire arm off, blowing him apart. Carnage shoots a tentacle straight from his back directly at Hellboy. The sharp tentacle nearly pierces through his head, but he ducks below and runs at the one and only Carnage. As he runs, leaping through the air, he comes down with his fist cocked and lands a massive blow, punching Carnage in the face, breaking his teeth out, shattering part of his jaw on the right side of his face. He headbutts Hellboy and then goes to slash his head off with a blade he forms from his right hand, a long sword-like blade. Hellboy ducks and then kicks Carnage back as he fires a shot right at Carnage. Carnage ducks out of the way and leaps onto Hellboy's chest. Hellboy grabs him by his leg and slams him into the ground, creating a huge shockwave crater in the ground, causing rubble to fly everywhere. As Hellboy goes to punch him in the face, Carnage wraps a tentacle around the right hand of Doom and holds it back right before it hits his face, as he then stabs Hellboy through the chest with his bladed arm and goes to stab him again. This time, Hellboy punches him with his non-dominant hand, pistol whips him, and shoots him in the head with the gun, the Good Samaritan. He pointed the gun directly at him with the barrel underneath his jaw and blew part of his bottom jaw off and part of the upper half of his skull. Carnage begins to heal and regenerate instantaneously as Hellboy punches him with the right hand of Doom, shattering his skull, punching him over and over with his right and left hand repeatedly, as then Carnage takes his sharp tendrils forward from his back and pierces them straight through Hellboy's back. Hellboy gets lifted up into the air as he then kicks Carnage under his jaw and shoots his arm off as he shoots him in the skull with Good Samaritan, blowing his head completely apart. Carnage begins to regenerate as Hellboy grabs the tentacles with his right hand of Doom and pulls them together, ripping them off, dropping to the ground. He pulls Big Baby out and he aims Big Baby, blowing Carnage's entire lower half off. Carnage wraps his tentacle around Hellboy's leg and violently whips him to the ground, whacking him off the surface beneath, lifting him up and slamming him off the ground. Carnage then goes to impale his blade through Hellboy's chest. Hellboy grabs a sword out from his sheath and he slashes the tentacle off. As he puts it back, he pulls Big Baby out once more, aiming it directly at Carnage. Carnage forms a battle axe from his right hand and goes to hack right at Hellboy as Hellboy leaps over him, turning around with the spinning maneuver, shooting directly at Carnage with Big Baby. He points it right at him and lets her rip, shooting, blowing Carnage's upper half completely apart with two insanely powerful rounds at once. Before Carnage can even regenerate, he's completely blown to pieces, leaving scattered, blown apart, burnt symbiote all over the place. Dice 'em, winner Hellboy. Spin your boy Dice, aka Dice 'em, and I'm outie. Peace.